Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Full Access Podcast. We have our special guest,
Boy Grapes.
Boy Grapes here, you know what I'm saying? So we just going to get straight into it. So Boy Grapes, tell us about yourself as an artist. Tell us about who is Boy Grapes.
All right, Boy Grapes is 17 years old. He makes music. He makes weird music. You know what I'm saying? Most of my
What's weird music?
What's weird about it? I mean, it's like experimental. Most of my stuff I do at home, like I use a garage band because I'm lame and I don't have money.
I mean, garage, man, everybody starts somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Can't be mad at that. Go ahead.
All right. Most of my stuff just self-recorded, self-produced, but I'm trying to go somewhere with it. I'm trying to have fun. Most important, I'm trying to be unique and be myself because, I hate wave riders like Greg Murphy or like Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this guy's a jokester, man. All right, so Boy Grapes, how'd you come up with the name?
How'd I come up with the name? I had a few friends, some online friends who were into music too. And one of them, I'm not friends with him anymore, but his name's Stanley. But he went by the name Boy Minos. You can check out his SoundCloud. I'm not like shouting him out though. Actually, I am. But he's all right. He's kind of a pedophile though, but we'll get into that later.
All right, so explain how you got the name.
Explain anyway.
All right, wait. Before we go any further, who is this to you?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Some rando wearing glasses. Oh, no, this is my brother Eric.
All right, so we got Shonda's or Boy Grace is not only an artist, but this is Eric's brother. So let's let that be known. So go ahead.
All right, so his name Boy Minos. Yeah. And so, I was like, I'm into music. I got my other friend too. And we're like, we should make a group. And so we're like, his name's already Boy Minos. We'll call it the Boy Boys. Each of us will be a boy. My name's Sean Grape. So I decided to call myself Boy Grapes. What was it? My other friend Matt, he dyed his hair blonde. So he's into Frank Ocean, so we call him Boy Blonde. That's so Boy Minos, Boy Grapes, Boy Blonde. Group doesn't exist anymore, but the name stuck. So,
Okay, boys. All right, so tell us a little bit about your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Where'd you come from?
I don't know if y'all know Falls Church, Virginia. It's just outside of D.C. I was born in Maryland, but I was kind of raised in Falls Church my whole life. Just kind of, suburban environment, not too fancy, not from the ghettos or anything. Yeah.
So what would you say? You were middle class or like a citizen?
I say like middle class.
So if I go, what's a regular day like in Falls Church?
What's a what?
A regular day like in Falls Church.
A regular day.
Yeah.
I mean
you grew up on the other side. You kind of spent more time on the other side.
Yeah. So Eric grew up on one side of Falls Church. I was more towards Tyson's Corner. So usually obviously you get up and go to school. Afterwards, you walk around some of the neighborhoods where it's mostly townhouses. You go to Whole Foods, Jason's Deli. What was it? I go to Record and Tape Exchange in Fairfax a lot. If I want to buy physical copies of music, and you find a lot of stuff that you can't find on streaming services. You got Trader Joe's and all this. There's this plaza that's in walking distance.
Shout out Trader Joe's, man.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, yo, fun fact though, how they always be wearing the Hawaiian shirts at Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Hawaii is the only state that there is no Trader Joe's.
That's crazy. Ironic, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, that's crazy.
So it's just mostly those small shopping centers that you could walk to, or a lot of kids just there's a mall called Tyson's Corner, which is the biggest mall in the DC area. We're a mile away from that, so sometimes kids will just ditch school and go to Tyson's because the school's right there.
Now, what is okay, so you said Tyson's a mall in DC, right? Okay. So it's
Falls Church.
Is it in Falls Church? Is it a big mall, small mall? And why is it a place where everybody is? Is it very convenient? What?
I mean, it's the biggest mall in the DC area.
Okay.
Like I said, you got so many stores.
Train runs through it.
What? Yeah. You got the DC Metro going through it. There's also this other place where hella rich people go called Tyson's Galleria, where they got designer stores.
Yes.
Yeah, there's 2 malls, so you got some for everybody. There's a lot of rich people there, but a lot of kids will just go there to shop around. They got an Apple store, like Victoria's Secret, freaking, Microsoft Store.
Okay.
They got everything.
So that's a little bit about like where you came from. We want to know you're a weird, you're a weird in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's weird in their own way. What made you embrace this weirdness? Like, what made you like, okay, like I had this type of aesthetic, this type of style. Like, why did you want to go this way in your music?
I mean, mostly because like I just dislike wave riders. Cause
what is a wave rider for the viewers that don't know?
I mean, a wave rider is like, let's say like this dude has his own sound. He's great and he's unique, and he blows up. And pretty soon, this dude's looking at him and he's like, "Man, he's great. I want to be just like him." And then other dudes are looking at him and they're like, "I want to be just like him." And pretty soon, you got this wave of people who are pretty much like carbon copies of the first guy. And so a lot of like the current like SoundCloud rap movement. You had like boom bap golden age in the 90s where there was the huge wave of that. You had, like crunk music. These are all examples of, like waves that have come and gone. And so the ones that really stick out to me, the ones that I really enjoy listening to, are those that kind of stuck out from the crowd and wanted to be unique, like Outkast, like Kanye. So I really enjoyed artists who were being unique. So I was like, I want to just kind of ditch what everybody else is doing and draw influence for myself, rather than like a lot of the popular music nowadays.
Who do you look up to as far as artists?
I mentioned Outkast, I mentioned Kanye, but like number one for me personally.
Kanye. Why Kanye? Why Kanye?
All right. So I mean, rapper producers were kind of rare at the time, other than like Q-Tip, and so he really got into like the production side of rap, and made it like the art form that it is. And he, like with 808s and Heartbreak, like nobody was like fucking with auto-tune at the time, and everybody hated when it came out. There was a lot of people that hated when it came out. Same with Yeezus. And then in the years to come, a lot of people were looking at those and drawing influence from it, and now people are like, oh, those albums are so great. So it's really like not making waves now, but it's making waves later on. So that's what gives the artist that longevity, rather than just hopping on the wave and then falling off when the wave hits the shore.
So you like the stuff that people don't like? That kind of what you're trying to say? Like this, like the society has a norm of what they like in music. You like the stuff that's kind of outside of the norm. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not necessarily saying that I don't like things that people don't like.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a fan base if you're an artist. Yeah. Big or small, but I just prefer people who like to stand out from the crowd.
Like, okay, so what I meant by like people don't like is like mainstream artists. Like you like more underground stuff. Is that more of what you mean, or is like it like kind of explain?
Yeah, I mean, like I like you more if you're underground, but it really all depends on the sound. Like, not really nowadays a whole lot. There's like a few like mainstream artists, but you could still be underground and be terrible. Like some of the worst albums I've ever listened to were artists who have come up to me in my DMs to like self-promote themselves, and I'll have a conversation with them to the point where I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll give their album a listen. And the album is like hot garbage, even if it's like unique. So, like I said, there's two types of music. There's good music and there's bad music. So it doesn't really hinge on being unique, but I could appreciate if you do want to be unique.
Okay. All right. So.
He was continuing with the influences.
Yeah,
influences.
Back to influences.
Yeah. So my personal number one is Radiohead. If y'all don't know them, it's not rap, but there's this band out of England, and they got really famous with the whole grunge wave, and then they started getting into a lot of like jazz and like slower stuff with throwing in some like electronic instruments, and people still really liked it. And then they just started getting like less and less accessible, going to some more like electronic music. And if you like look at their discography, the way that they've gone from like really just mainstream, like borderline pop music, to just this like sometimes even like repetitive, like electronic stuff going on. But they have a really good discography if you go into it. Each album is pretty different, and each project is unique in its own way, and they make some like really good songs. So,
okay. What type of music do you make as an artist?
see, I like label it under the umbrella term of like alternative.
Okay.
But there's some like pop influence, like a lot of rock, some hip hop, but mainly my music is just stuff that you can like chill to. It's nothing to like turn up to or anything like that. So
What's your process like? What's your musical process? Do you come up with a hit? You wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying, eat your Wheaties, you know what I'm saying, then just come up with a hit in the studio, or what?
most of my stuff comes from me jamming on the guitar. Guitar is my main instrument.
How many instruments do you play?
Oh God, let's run through the list. Guitar, bass, drums, kind of dabble in keyboard, but not really. I used to play trumpet, recorder, kazoo. You know what I'm saying?
I played the recorder in sixth grade.
Yeah, recorder. Everybody plays recorder.
Yeah.
Ukulele.
What?
Ukulele.
Yeah, ukulele. Fun fact: I'm the president of the ukulele club at my school. No cap. But pretty much, if I'll pick something up and I'm interested in learning it, I'll learn it. So that's really good, because there's so many people that will like, base their music off like one instrument, and they'll be stuck on that, and they don't really want to branch out and find new sounds. So I really like to, incorporate a lot of what I know into, what I record.
Now I've listened to your music, and there's a lot of different sounds in there. Where do you come up with the sounds for, like, like it will go from like a sample to like some like instruments to like some like abstract kind of sound, like what comes to like putting that together? Like, how do you come to terms with that?
I got several different processes. If I want to make like a song, that's how I'd put it. I'll sit down and jam on my guitar until I find something that really like hits like a good chord progression, and I'll just record it once, make a loop of it, and then just kind of see what I could build on top of it. So after I got like a chord progression, bass line, some drums, lyrics, stuff kind of set out, I'll just make a really, really rough demo, and that'll take me like 1 or 2 days, and I'll spend the next couple of weeks, making little tweaks, re-recording stuff, adding things that I think, like sometimes even like a whole nother part of the song. Other times, I'll just find inspiration where it hits. Maybe like I want to try something new, or I just have like an idea in my head. Doesn't even need to come from playing any instrument, or just kind of like a broad idea or topic that I want to touch on. I'll be like, I'll make a song about this. So that's kind of my main process. But when it comes to everything, no two songs are alike.
Got you. All right. Aside from just the music aspect, we're gonna talk about networking. We see you got a lot of UK mob ties. Tell us about like how those even came about. Like, what I'm saying, like we hear some samples from like some UK friends of yours, and also like Eric's or ECG's tag was done by one of your friends. So tell us about like how this even just came about.
I run a meme page. Yeah, and so
shout out your meme page. What is it?
All right, yeah. __memes.jpg. I got 471 followers.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully y'all like grow that. It's still running. I post like twice a day.
It got shut down like 5 times.
It got shut down once. I had like 3,500 followers. Because what's his face? Anthony Fantano followed me. Yeah. I got taken down. I had to make another one.
Now, what happened like with that? Did he report you? What
yeah, some head ass decided to mess with me. they reported they reported my memes to the school. They and I was sitting in front of the administrator, and they're like showing me memes. Like, can you explain this? I'm like, and I had to explain to them like what a meme.
Oh,
was.
so you make the memes?
I make some of the memes, and I would just like steal them because I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
And so they took down my meme page. What was it? Matt, he's some British dude outside London. Shout out Matt. I linked up with him and we became friends. And so he was the guy I mentioned earlier, who was Boy Blonde. And, you know, we're still pretty cool friends. I met up with him once. And so, you know, we got this group chat going on. He's in it. So he gave me a track on the album where he just ranted for like 9 minutes, and I cut it down to like 5.5 for the sake of time.
It felt like 9 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But he did his producer tag. He's pretty cool. I don't know if he's gonna contribute to my next album, which is almost done. But yeah, he really gave me that push to get into music.
Okay, that just answered another question why you want to get into music. Is there any other like aspects that made you want to get into music in the first place?
Yeah, music's what I care about. And if I went to college and got a degree in like business and worked like some office job for the rest of my life, like I would like hate myself. Like that sucks. You know? Like that's like called like sacrificing your happiness for money. And there's like, you know, whatever like the American dream is, like being like 45 years old, having like plenty of money in your retirement and having kids, and people are still in that position and they're like, you know, like killing themselves because they're like sad because they're like not happy with what they're doing. If I'm going to choose a career, I want to choose a career that I'm going to be happy in doing. And, you know, I like music. I like playing shows. You know, I like recording stuff. I like coming up with new ideas. You know, it's fun. That's what I want to do.
Now, how far do you want to go as far as music? Like, what is your plans for the future?
Well, I mean, I already applied to music school, so I'm going to be doing, like, guitar performance and hopefully moving to either LA or Boston and, you know, hopefully getting in a studio and recording what'll be my third album and just really branching off of that. So, I mean, I got big plans. I'm not just trying to – this isn't like a hobby. This is going to be what I'm going to do.
Okay. When did you decide that this is it? Like, music is the thing and just, like, you're not nothing else, you know?
Probably about like halfway through my first album when I was like 16. And
how old are you now?
How do I what?
How old are you now?
I'm 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I had to teach myself to do everything. I've had like maybe like a couple months worth of bass lessons, but that's about it. Every instrument I play, I'm like self-taught at. I had to teach myself how to use recording software, like how to put together a song, how to mix.
I could have taught you, bro.
No.
I knew how
So.
to.
Hey, but it's better if you're learning by yourself. You develop your own style. And so, you know, when I was teaching myself how to do this, and I was like, I really enjoy this. You know, I like working hard at this. I'm a fairly lazy person.
Yeah.
Until I find something that like I want to do and that I care about. And I was like, I want to do this. I care about this. You know. So that's kind of when I realized it.
What sets you apart from some of the other people that are kind of in your same lane in that kind of alternative, you know, wonky style?
I'll give you a good example, and I don't care if I'm gonna name drop him. His name's Jake Joseph, and he hit me up on my boy Grapes account, and he was like, I love that you commented that you're experimental. I'm experimental too. And so I had this long conversation with him. And I was like, so like what inspires you to make music? And he was just like, I just like being experimental. I'm like, you got nothing on your heart that you want to put out there? You got, you know, nothing that you want to say to the world? You just want to be weird? And he's like, you know, I like it when it's weird. I'm like, but it's got to be more than that. Yeah. So, you know, being weird will only get you so far. He showed me his album. The album's called Screwdriver by Jake Joseph. It's one of the worst albums
If you blow up,
if I blow up, listen to Screw.
he got beef with Jake Joseph.
Yeah, listen.
Jake Joseph.
Jake Joseph got to get these hands, bro. Listen to Screwdriver by Jake Joseph. One of the worst, worst albums I've ever heard.
You're gonna kill the headphone.
I want the smoke. I want the smoke.
Could be so bad.
No, but okay, listen. You got to give an example. Okay, this is why, like, I get that I'm weird. All right. But
everybody's weird, you know?
Everybody, okay, shut up. But unless you got some on your heart, unless you got something you want to say, like, unless you put your soul into it, like, it's just not gonna be good.
Like, sell your soul?
Nah.
Like what? No.
No, I'm joking.
Like saying like putting like emotions out there.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I got
Because if you're just like being weird,
come on, we playing around here, man. We having fun.
If you're just being weird, it's not good. See, I like to find a good balance, between, you know, setting myself apart, but also like making good music.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, I'm experimental, but I'm not just experimental.
Anderson .Paak or A$AP Rocky?
I mean, I'm a little bit partial. I went to an Anderson .Paak concert.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, his teeth are big. I never realized how big his teeth were until I saw him in person. I was front row, and he got them pearly whites.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed Malibu. I've listened to the album so many times. I'll go with Anderson .Paak.
All right.
Wow.
Tyler the Creator, Anderson .Paak.
Oh, Tyler, bro.
Why Tyler now?
Tyler. I mean, there's like, especially his early stuff was like really, really raw, and there's that like teenage angst because he like was a teenager when he made like, you know, Bastard, and you know the older stuff's good, the newer stuff's good, and you could hear how he evolves as like a man and as an artist. He started out young. He's not even 30 yet. He's been around for like over a decade. You know, I got major respect to him, and he's like funny as hell. I enjoy Loiter Squad as much as the next guy. So,
all right.
Hold up.
What's up?
Let's see, bro. Earl Sweatshirt or Outkast?
if we're gonna go by like influence, definitely Outkast. Earl Sweatshirt got some good stuff, but he has like a really small discography. I listened to, this is like 2 days after Feet of Clay came out, and like Earl's pretty good, and he's definitely grown as an artist. But Outkast has been like, they were at the top of their game like their entire careers, and Aquemini is like hands down like, you know, top 10 album all time. So I'll have to go with Outkast.
Okay. Taco or Drake?
Ty what?
Taco or Drake?
Taco? I haven't listened to a single Taco Bennett song, bro. But to be fair, Drake kind of, he's more like quantity over quality nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree.
I like his older stuff. He's just like really big now.
Everybody,
like, every time I turn on the radio, I hear that man's voice.
definitely, yeah.
I'm starting to get sick of his voice.
Nah,
bro.
yeah.
He got that voice.
I agree there, but
it's like mustard, bro. Like a little bit of mustard is good, like on a hot
But
dog.
a lot of
like
it is
when
not
you
good.
overload on the mustard, it's just trash.
That's a good. You got a mustard colored sweatshirt on, so that's a good. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
yellow, bro.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that are yellow.
Well, this is the biggest question this is the biggest question we've been waiting for to ask you. We saw your post earlier, or your poll earlier on Instagram. No Nut November. Are you participating?
Oh,
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Bro, I failed, dog.
Y'all. This is November 2nd. It's only the second
I know, bro.
day.
It's temptations, man.
Yeah, it's temptations, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, get like that, young man. But no, okay. So, what would you say to the next person? You know what I'm saying? That's trying to get into music. That is in your position. Maybe he could go to your school. Maybe he could just be watching this interview. He wants to do music. What would you say to him? Biggest, life lesson or biggest inspiration?
Man, if you're really, really passionate about it, like, do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it for like fun, or it's a hobby, or you're not taking yourself seriously as an artist, I think you should have like some second thoughts about doing music. But even if not everybody's gonna dig it, you know, if it's yourself and you're being genuine about who you are and the songs that you're making, you know, give it time and it'll work out. You just gotta stick to it. Like, don't sell out. You know, don't trust record labels, and you know, just watch out for yourself and just be yourself. You know.
Okay. All right. That's Boy Grapes, y'all. Boy Grapes, tell us what's next for you and where we can find you on social media or where we can find your music at.
All right. So look up Boy Grapes. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, freaking Deezer, SoundCloud,
TikTok.
Tidal. Not TikTok. Unfortunately. I'll work on that though. But I'm on like every streaming platform.
Distro got TikTok now.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Distro got TikTok.
Crazy.
Whoa. All right. So I'm like, just look up Boy Grapes. Literally.
I'm on TikTok. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, look at Boy Grapes like literally anywhere. I got some like material that's exclusive to my SoundCloud. Working on a new album. It's called Portrait of Daisies. Hopefully dropping in January or February. Almost done with it. A lot better than my first album, so definitely check it out when it drops. Check out ECG 703.
Yeah. Any collabs we should be expecting?
Any collabs? Oh man, especially with my new album, I'm really trying to do like maybe with him, maybe like a separate EP or something. But for my new album, I'm trying to pull like an Igor, all the songs written by me, all the songs produced by me. I just want it to be like me. Hopefully, I'll find other people to work with. It's like little side projects. Maybe I'll get a feature on the album. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But it's coming 2020.
All right, y'all. We had a great time here, man. Good talking to you, Boy Grapes. We hope to see good things from you in the future. All right. Y'all subscribe, like this video. Y'all know what to do. Have a blessed one.
Gang, gang.
I'm not 12 anymore. Staring at my bedroom door. The violence demands silence, or things will split into.